running theories, and if you're a Dragon Ball Super fan and you are loving this Moro's arc, then go ahead and give me a big thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe to this brand new channel as we are trying to give out a PlayStation 4. Also, feel free to check all our different content as we are trying to come out with all different scenarios for the next few chapters of the Dragon Ball Super manga. Now, I advise you, this theory that you are about to hear here is the real deal. So don't forget to go to your bell icon and turn on all notifications so you don't miss your latest Dragon Ball Super theories. When Sagambo's body hit the limit after receiving all the power coming from Lord Moro himself, very similar to when Goku experienced the godly powers in the Tournament of Power, Son Goku decides to waste no more time and give Moro what he's been asking for, to show him that technique that he arrived at the beginning when he started whooping Sagambo. And when he finally taps into the Ultra Instinct, Moro's reaction was,
"This is no mortal ability."
And Goku responds by saying, "That's right, the initial stage of the technique of the gods, Ultra Instinct sign. But tell me, how is it that you know this is not a mortal ability?" And Lord Moro responds by saying,
"I know more about the gods than what you can ever imagine. But enough talking, show me what you can do, Son Goku."
And Goku, very irritated, goes like, "Alright, I'll show you the great power of the Ultra Instinct!" And without thinking about it twice, Goku charged Moro at a full speed of the initial state of the Ultra Instinct. And now Goku charged Moro, and he's charging at will with the Ultra Instinct, and he's not moving from the place, but he's attacking him with ki blasts all around, and Moro is just standing there as the attacks are not effective. And as Goku is ready to deliver the big right onto Lord Moro's face, Lord Moro suddenly smiles as he steps to the side and dodges Goku's attack. And as he does, he taps Goku in the back, sending him all the way across the battlefield. And Gohan was like, "Dad!" While Piccolo is like,
"Oh, what just happened?"
As Goku tells himself, "I knew this guy was hiding power, but wow, how did he even anticipate my move from such a close distance?" As Moro looks down from the hill and goes like,
"What's wrong, Son Goku? Did I just step all over your courage, or did I just finish with that overconfidence you had earlier? Tell me, which one is it? I tell you this, I'll turn around and let you attack me."
As Goku is now in shock and goes like, "He is toying with me. How can it be? After all this training for nothing. No, this is not gonna happen. I will not end up like this." And once again, Goku charged Moro at full speed while he is in Ultra Instinct. And this time he goes and attack at will while Moro is taking every single attack that Goku is trying to do. And as Goku is trying to land a big punch, Moro grabs his punch and tells Goku,
"At this rate, you will never be able to hit me. Your attacks are lame."
And hit Goku with his forehead, sending him back down into the battlefield. As Goku now is trying to get up again, but this time he is breathing harder as he asks himself how an attack like that can do so much damage. Darn horns! Darn you, Moro! That was a cheap shot! As he looks down and says, "My attacks won't work like this. At this level, I'm nothing but a damn sitting duck. I must do something. Let's see if he can dodge this as Goku now gets in position and starts charging his final move. As Lord Moro starts smiling, and in fact now he opened his arm as Goku is still looking, and he goes like and he go instant teleportation to right in front of Moro's face, and he discharged his attack. As Piccolo goes like, "This moron is gonna blow up the earth! Stop it, son!" And the whole planet starts shaking, but suddenly all the energy blast and the shaking and all the power start disappearing. As the energy blast start getting smaller, we can notice that it's Lord Moro absorbing all the energy that Son Goku has just delivered to defeat him. As now Son Goku is breathing even harder as he falls on his knee and he loses his Ultra Instinct form. And now, as Moro is even stronger than before, he looks down at Goku and tells him,
"Son Goku, I must say that in all my millions of years, I've never seen a model reaching the heights that you have. So in exchange, I will show you a smidge of my true powers."
As Goku goes like, while planet Earth starts shaking, and we can notice that a different aura start coming onto Moro. As he start powering up, as he's scaring every living thing in this universe, including the Supreme Kai. As Gohan tells Piccolo, "We got to help Dad!" While Goku looks at Gohan and tells, "No! You better get out of here now!" As Goku looks back at Moro and he taps back into the first stage of Ultra Instinct as he goes back at Moro at a full speed again, and Moro punches Goku savagely in the middle of the face, knocking Goku out cold, sending him straight down as he is about to crush into the mountain. 7-3 is there to grab Goku by the neck and steal all Goku's abilities. And after stealing all Goku's abilities, while Goku's still unconscious by Moro's shot, 7-3 brings out his Porcupine character as he uses the portal technique to open a portal into another dimension in the multiverse, and he throws Goku right into it. And as the portal starts closing, Gohan tries to rush in to save Goku, but Shimureka appears and kicks Gohan right in the face, sending him right back to Piccolo, as now the portal has completely closed and Goku's ki cannot be found anywhere in the universe. Meanwhile, on planet Yardrat, Vegeta has also noticed of what just happened on planet Earth, and he also stopped sensing Goku's ki.
Kakarot, you idiot! How could you let this happen? I must go now. There is no one else that can rival Moro on Earth.
Vegeta,
wait. I'm also aware of the situation, and both of us know that you're still no match for him. It's not just planet Earth that is in danger, but the whole universe as you know it. We are all depending on you. You are our only hope. But you must first finish your training.
Alright, Pibara. Let's just continue then.
Hey! It's now together, Pibara!
Meanwhile, in the universe far away, Lord Frieza! Lord Frieza! What's wrong? So loud! I'm sorry! The prisoner who escaped from Galaxy Prison seems to be attacking our targeted planet right now. Galaxy Prison. I heard that troublesome prisoner on that planet escaped from Galaxy Prison. A troublesome prisoner? We better avoid that pointless battle for now. We'll go to that planet next time.
Roger that!
Because if we get involved with those criminals, it will just make the situation worse. But we were also criminals, aren't we? What are you saying? Nothing. Kikano, we are not criminals. When we conquer a planet, we eliminate the indigenous people, then sell the planet to homeless aliens in need at high prices. It's business! That's right, Miss Berry Blue. Mr. Kikano, do you have any more questions? No, I didn't mean that. Then go destroy another planet. Universe is big, right? Yes! Back on planet Earth is now Gohan and Piccolo versus Moro. 7-3 with all Moro's and Goku's ability. Shimureka. So Gohan goes like, "What have you done with my dad?"
If you want to see him again, then I will suggest you to bring my soldiers back. And I may consider to think about it.
And Piccolo looks at Gohan and says,
He knows he has leverage over us. Bastard. Gohan, I will go to the Galactic Patrol to release Moro's soldiers. In the meantime, stay alive. Everything will be fine. We will bring Sun back. I promise.
And Piccolo flies away. And as Piccolo is flying away, Moro looks at Gohan and tells him,
"Oh, what's wrong? You seem disappointed. Oh, I see. You was expecting your father was gonna beat me. Poor naive boy. Just like your father. You know I could just drain you all and finish you all in an instant. But I just love feeding from you guys. Just like I did with your father. Oh, which reminds me it's time for my nap.
How dare you, you bastard!" And out of the sudden, out of nowhere, Sagambo punches Gohan in the face.
How dare you to talk to our Moro like that? Oh, perfect. Just in time as I expected from you, Sagambo. Your body was able to withstand my godly powers. At least you can deliver my lowest expectations of you, unlike these two other morons.
As Moro refers to 7-3 and Shimureka, as he continued by saying,
"For that I will restore your full powers. Now I will take my nap. I leave you in charge, Sagambo. Don't interrupt my sleep until the other one gets here."
And Gohan goes like, "What about my dad?" And Moro looks at Sagambo as he gives him a sign, and Sagambo starts whooping Gohan again as Moro goes back to his ship. Meanwhile, at Kami's lookout, Chi-Chi is going crazy because she is looking at Gohan that he is getting a beating. Not to mention she just witnessed how Goku, her husband, was thrown into another dimension. And as everybody is trying to calm Chi-Chi down, Piccolo is arriving to the Kami's lookout as Chi-Chi goes like, "How dare you to leave Gohan alone?" And Piccolo replied by saying,
"I must bring all prisoners back tomorrow. That's if we ever wanna consider to see Goku again."
And as everybody is looking at each other scared and confused, not knowing on what is the right choice to make, as Gohan is still getting whooped and everybody is looking at the screens that Bulma has built to be able to know what's going on in this battle as she is going insane, how she's looking at her son being completely destroyed by this monster Sagambo. Out of the sudden, an unexpected warrior says this: "We will not give any of the prisoners back to that monster. I suffered most of my life hiding from the powerful enemies, and that led nothing but death to everything I ever loved, including my master Gohan. And I will not make the same mistake again. Not again. Not in this world." After we defeated Zamasu, we went back to see if our world was really gone. And in fact, it was a limitless nothing, just as Sino-sama left it. After that, we realized that it was better if we take Whis' advice and stay in this timeline where another one of each of us already exists. And now that I'm here, I must do something. And as Future Trunks is getting ready to leave, Future Mike goes to him and tells him, "I'll see you in the battlefield. Take this. Gohan may need it." Back in the battlefield, Shimureka is sitting on top of Gohan as he is slapping him and punching him at will.
Come on, kid. You're making this so boring. Defend yourself. What's wrong? You lost your spirit?
I think his spirit is alright. Too bad I can say the same thing about your head. As Shimureka's head drops from his body and falls on the ground.
What the? Who the hell are you?
The only thing you should be concerned is what I'm about to do to you.
What do you say?
Here, Gohan, take this. As Future Trunks gives Gohan a sensu beam and continue by saying,
"You heard me loud and clear. Don't you get it twisted. I am from another club. For all I care, your criminal friends can have the same fate as your friend here, the one without the head."
And now Sagambo is the one that looks impressed as Gohan gets up from the ground with all his powers back. "Thanks, Trunks. I owe you big time. Wow, I feel stronger than ever, more than I could ever imagine. Yes, now I got the power to beat you. I hope you don't mind, Trunks, but Sagambo is mine. About 7-3, don't let him grab you by the neck."
"Oh, I'm full aware of all these bastards."
"One more thing, Trunks. Let's go full power, no holding back."
"Right."
So now Gohan and Future Trunks are powering up, very similar as when Goku and Vegeta were fighting Jiren at the Tournament of Power. And as they are powering up, Gohan is thinking about his father, going like, "I will not miss this up. I will not fail you again, Dad." As Future Trunks is doing the same thing, thinking about this timeline. "I will not fail my friends, not my dad, not my mom, not Master Gohan." As Sagambo starts getting ready, as he is watching Gohan getting even stronger than before, and 7-3 out of the sudden bring his Gohan character back to his forehead as he gets ready to make an attack on Future Trunks. And both Gohan and Future Trunks charges their opponents at will as Gohan goes to Sagambo and tries to land a punch, but Sagambo blocks and tells Gohan,
I see you've been hiding your powers, but guess what? So have I.
As Future Trunks start a massive battle with 7-3, as 7-3 tries to punch Future Trunks and Future Trunks blocks and realize, wow, this is Master Gohan's true power. Oof, I guess he's not a disappointment after all. As this battle gets more intense, 7-3 runs out of time out of his Gohan character and gets hit clean by Future Trunks' attack and crashes onto a mountain. As Future Trunks looks down to the gravel, he suddenly noticed that a laser beam is coming at him, so he barely dodges as he looks again, and E73 has brought Goku back to his forehead, and now he is using the Super Saiyan God transformation as he approaches to Trunks with his red eyes looking like the devil himself. On the other side of the battlefield, Gohan and Sagambo are going at it, but now Sagambo start pushing Gohan back. As now Gohan take a step back and stop and says, I've been training my whole life for this moment. For the moment that I show my father that I no longer need him to get rid of an enemy. So he stopped and he start powering up and he goes insane, and suddenly we can see that his eyes turn white and he started to be surrounded by this very shining white aura, nothing that we never seen before coming from Gohan. As Future Trunks is also being pushed to the limit, now he stopped and he gets insane and he awake his rage mode power. As now Sagambo and 7-3 has no other choice but to keep powering up, so Sagambo does power up as 7-3 now changes from Super Saiyan God to Super Saiyan Blue. As one of the greatest tag team battles of all times in between Gohan and Future Trunks versus Sagambo and 7-3 start happening on planet Earth. But eventually 7-3 and Sagambo ends up overwhelming Gohan and Future Trunks, and they start pushing them back. And as both 7-3 and Sagambo are getting ready to deliver a clear shot into Future Trunks and Gohan, suddenly out of nowhere, Sagambo gets punched in the face as 7-3 gets kicked on the head. As Jacko goes like, I cannot believe what my eyes just witnessed. And Gohan goes like, no way. And Future Trunks goes like, it can't be. As Shishi and Bulma goes like, "Ah! I got you, big bro." The only one that gets to beat me like this is myself. And it's Team Goten and Team Trunks coming out of the hyperbolic time chamber as they make their final arrival into the battlefield. And Gohan goes like, how did you guys so big and strong, what did you do? Well, remember when everybody wanted to stay at Kami's lookout to stay safe? Well, when it was getting later, everybody went to their room. So me and Trunks sneaked into the hyperbolic time chamber and we started to train. And we got so much stronger, Gohan. How much stronger, guys? Well, we really don't know how much stronger. We really didn't want to power up and break into the dimension like when we did when we were training against Majin Buu. We wanted to keep it a secret. So we was really training in our base form throughout the whole time. It's been almost a year. And Team Trunks continue by saying, but enough of that. We'll explain later. For now, me and Goten will take care of Weirdo here. You guys should go ahead and take care of that monster. And Gohan replies by saying, hey, that Weirdo right there has that abilities, including things that you never seen before. And Goten and Trunks at the same time interrupts Gohan and they say, yeah, the whole neck thing. I'm not impressed. As they start walking towards 7-3, as their whole planet starts shaking and they start changing as both Goten and Trunks change into Super Saiyan 3 at the same time and charge 7-3 together. As 7-3 is on Super Saiyan Blue, but now he start getting pushed back as he got two Super Saiyan 3 coming at him like never seen before at full power. As now Future Trunk and Gohan look at each other like, right, and they're both also tag team to attack Sagambo at the same time, and they start finding success. Now as 7-3 is getting pushed back, he suddenly stops and he brings out this red aura. As we all notice, that is the Kaioken. So he leaves no choice to Goten and Trunks but to go ahead and fuse. Back at Kami's lookout, we can notice that everybody is watching, paying attention, cheering for the Saiyan, including Shichi and Bulma. As suddenly Piccolo starts freaking out and he said, I gotta get out of here, I gotta save them boys. And everybody start asking why, what's going on, Piccolo? And Piccolo responds by saying, that 7-3 guy, he got all Goku's abilities, including his Ultra Instinct. Back in the battlefield, we notice that Gotenks is not having a problem handling Goku with his Kaioken. But suddenly, out of nowhere, the aura on 7-3 starts changing as he is becoming the first stage of Ultra Instinct. And Team Gotenks reacts like, "Ay, I never seen that before," and gets punched in the face. As this Ultra Instinct stage that 7-3 has now also calls the attention of Future Trunks, making him get distracted and get hit by Sagambo, also creating an opening for Sagambo to be able to hit Gohan as well. As Future Trunks tells Gohan, "Sorry, I got distracted. What the hell is that?" "Oh, yeah, that's the Ultra Instinct. It's the latest ability that has achieved. It's real incredible. I feel sorry for the guys. This is a problem." As on the other side of the battlefield, we see Gotenks getting up from the gravels and being like, "What the hell was that? I was expecting a way better punch than that." As now he says, "It's my turn," and he charged 7-3 full speed and tried to land a punch, but now 7-3 is on the Ultra Instinct mode and Gotenks cannot land a single punch, creating an opening, making 7-3 hit him again. Now Gotenks is super aggravated, but suddenly he starts smiling as he's like, "I must say, I didn't think I would have to do this. I didn't think there was nobody worthy out there. I didn't want to do it at the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, but I'm not in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber anymore, are we?" As Team Gotenks tells 7-3, "Did you ever wonder what the sons of the greatest fighters of the multiverse could accomplish? Now you will witness the great power of Super Gotenks!" As now Gotenks becomes Super Saiyan 1, Super Saiyan 2, now he starts breaking into Super Saiyan 3, but he does not stop and he keeps increasing his powers until suddenly a big light comes off of him and everything changes into the atmosphere, as also his ki has changed into a different sense. And now we notice that it is in fact a godly ki, as Gohan says, "Wow, I'm never gonna be stopped of being proud of those two." As Future Trunks is just mouth open as he cannot believe watching his little self becoming a god. As now all 4 Saiyans are now fighting, evening things out for the fate of the whole universe. As now 7-3 notices that his attacks are not being as effective on Team Gotenks, so he decides to do a final attack, and we notice that it is in fact the Kamehameha, and when he is about to discharge, he runs out of time. As Gohan takes the role of the leader and yells out, "Now is the time, guys! Let's finish them off!" as now Gotenks start charging their father's final attack, the final Kamehameha, to give tribute to their fathers, as well as Gohan and Future Trunks, they both doing the Kamehameha and final flash. As 7-3 and Sagambo are left alone looking hopeless as they witness this massive attack that are coming towards them, and they can do nothing about it but to say their last prayers as they get vaporized by this super huge attack. And now the Saiyans start celebrating as they are happy because they cannot believe that after the whole struggle they was able to defeat 7-3 and Sagambo. And as they celebrate, Piccolo is coming into the battlefield as he noticed that the guys made it, that they vaporized 7-3 and Sagambo. So he goes like,
You guys made it! I'm proud of you! Yes!
As the guys looks up to tell Piccolo, yes, we did it. But when they notice Moro is right behind Piccolo, as now Moro stabbed Piccolo just like he stabbed that great Namekian warrior back in planet Namek. And Gohan goes like, no! As he rushed to try to catch Piccolo before he hits the ground. As now Gotenks charge Moro and he starts going at Moro as Moro starts dodging every attack, but finally Gotenks delivers a punch into Moro. And now Moro is super aggravated as Team Gotenks is smiling at him because they could land a shot into Moro's face, but suddenly the fusion runs out of time, and now Team Trunks and Team Goten have no longer that godly powers. So Moro wastes no more time and grabs Team Trunks and Team Goten by the neck as Future Trunk and Gohan are down on their knees because Moro been stealing their powers since Moro stabbed Piccolo on the chest. And as Moro is draining all the power from Future Trunks and Gohan, he has Team Goten and Team Trunks grabbed by the necks. So he is staring at them and he says,
What a special, rare occasion. It feels like a special day to me as I get to feed from two young beings full of energy. It feels like my lucky day.
As Team Trunks answered by saying, Shut up, you freak! Go ahead and get it over with. We have been killed before. It's nothing that you can do that will scare me. As Moro smiles and says,
I admire your courage. At least I can say that.
As now Moro starts draining Team Goten and Team Trunks' energy as well. And as Moro is about to finish sucking all the life out of our beloved Saiyans, out of nowhere, out of the sudden, Moro gets kicked in the face. It's not on my character to hit animals, since I'm a protector of them. But in this time you are being a bad goat.
I could not sense you. Who the hell are you? Hold on. I saw you before in the battlefield.
Oh yes, that was us all right.
So why do you come back?
Well, that's a very simple answer. We have come back to whoop your ass.
How dare you, you insolent!
Shut up. I already heard the godly talk. Not interested. Not have no time for that. Let's get to the business. 18, are you ready? Yes, brother. Let's do it. As Moro take a closer look of what Android 17 and 18 are holding, and he noticed they are the Potara earring. So he's like,
I won't allow that.
As he gets shot in the back from Future Trunks and Gohan as they shot their last little bit of energy and passed out. As when Moro looks back up, it's already too late, as Android 17 and Android 18 becomes Android 35. And now Moro is for the first time looking concerned, as he knows that he has a powerful being in front of him, but he cannot sense anything from it, as he shoots an energy blast towards Android 35, and Android 35 does nothing about it, but the energy blast bounces on Android 35's shield. And Moro goes like, how did you? And before he even gets to finish his question, Android 35 has already landed a clean punch on Moro's face. As Moro is now super mad, and Android 35 says, I will recommend you to stop looking for ways of stealing my energy. It's not gonna happen. You should might as well concentrate on this battle that you have in front of you. And Moro responds by saying, very well. So Moro starts releasing even more of his powers, and now things starting to get very serious. And a great battle in between Android 35 and Lord Moro start happening on planet Earth, and the battle is so intense that they can feel it in the other world, such as in hell and every other place around the universe. Even King Yama is acting like,
What the hell is going on in Earth?
as the Supreme Kai is with the God of Destruction, Beerus, and he tells Beerus, I gave Android 17 and 18 the Potara earrings, but how long do you think they will be able to last? I have also got the Super Dragon Ball radar from Bulma when I was on planet Earth, and I have collected all the Super Dragon Ball from Universe 7. We're now waiting on Universe 6. And Beerus responds by saying,
Very good job, Supreme Kai.
as the Supreme Kai replies to the God of Destruction by asking, Lord Beerus, why not just using the Dragon Balls from planet Earth? Why must we use the Super Dragon Balls? As Lord Beerus replies by saying, oh, you little naive Supreme Kai. The Dragon Ball on Earth does not possess the power for what we are about to wish for. Back on planet Earth, as Lord Moro and Android 35 are having a massive battle, Future Mai sneaks in into the battlefield as she tries to shake on Gohan and Future Trunks, and as she's about to give her last senzu bean to Future Trunks wakes up and stops her as he tells her, please take care of Piccolo, he is about to die. As we move back to the battle, and we see that Lord Moro and Android 35 are going at it, but suddenly Lord Moro stops to acknowledge Android 35.
What an amazing warrior you are. You should be one of my allies.
As Android 35 answered by saying, my allies are right here sitting on the ground because of you. Besides, I see how you repay your goons with power. But let me tell you, I got all the power I need here, and I don't need anything else from you. As he punches Lord Moro and suddenly starts charging up for a final attack. Back at Kami's lookout, Maron is watching the TV and she goes like,
Yeah, mommy! Yeah, Uncle 17!
as Krillin approaches with Tenshin Han and the rest of the Sea Warriors, and he goes like, what? Mommy? And he rushes to look at the screen and he freaks out when he sees Android 35. Back in Beerus' world, Beerus is running in patience as he is looking at the Supreme Kai while they wait for Champa from Universe 6. And as he is about to lose it, Vados shows up out of nowhere in her Angel Mobile along with Champa.
Damn! What took you so long? What took me so long? Do you know what it is to look for 3.5 balls in the whole universe? In fact, The only reason I found them so quickly was because of how nice and soft you have become, big bro.
What did you say?
Remember when you wished for the Universe 6 Earth to be back?
I knew this was coming. Yes, I remember.
Well, big bro, when we was brought back by the Super Dragon, everyone saw the dragon as it flew across the multiverse, including this young girl from Universe 6 planet Earth. She figured out that there is a super dragon that will grant you any wish. So she created a Super Dragon Ball Raider.
Let me guess, is she a scientist?
Nope. In fact, she is a criminal, but a super dotated one.
What?
And as both God of Destructions are talking, Angel Vados interrupts by saying, "Woo, I got a better solution to your problems." And Virus responds by saying,
Oh yeah? What's that?
and Vados responds, "Why don't you just team up to fight against Moro?" And Virus says,
Don't be ridiculous, Vados. We all know how Sino-sama feels about challenging a higher rank deity.
"Whoa! I was just testing you guys." Back on planet Earth, Android 35 gets serious as he gets ready to counterattack Moro with their special attack. As Moro looks at Android 35 as he does not know what's about to happen, as Android 35 looks at him and tells him, "Lightning contained shield," as a massive energy blast falls out of the heaven at a light speed as it strikes Moro from the top, as a big shield contains the whole energy blast. And it gets so bright that not even Android 35 can take a look to see what just happened. And as the brightness is going away, Teen Trunk and Teen Goten notice that they have not seen an explosion. And when Android 35 gets a better look, they notice that Moro is inside of the shield, as they notice that Moro's body is smoking hot, as Moro smiles and opens his eyes and screams out as the shield breaks, and they all can start feeling a massive increase in Moro's energy. Now Android 35 looks concerned and says, "Damn it, how are we supposed to kill this freak?" As now Moro is walking slowly towards Android 35, as you can notice in the atmospheres that everything starts looking different, as Moro starts smiling and says,
Haven't you noticed one thing yet?
"What's that?"
The solar system. I've been draining every single planet in it, except for this one, cause this one I will leave for last."
As Android 35 says, "Impossible, you must be bluffing." And Moro replies by saying,
Bluffing? I'll show you bluffing. Here, the power of the sun in my hand. I'm wondering how you gonna stop this. Here.
As Moro shoots Android 35 with the energy of the sun, creating a huge blast, impacting Android 35 to the point that the blast breaks the Potara earring, causing Android 17 and Android 18 to split up. Back in Kami's lookout, now Krillin is going crazy as he's looking at Android 18 being hurt on the battlefield, as his daughter Maron says,
Daddy, you gotta rescue Mom!
As Krillin don't think about it twice to take off to the battlefield, as now all the rest of the Sea Warriors, Yamcha, Master Roshi, Tenshinhan, and Chaozu are on the way to join the battle against Moro. As Bulma looks at Mr. Satan and he's like,
Ain't you gonna do something? Aren't you gonna wake up Majin Buu? Is that fat boy gonna sleep throughout the whole summer?
Ha ha! Well, you see, Miss Bulma, it's not that simple. Majin Buu go to sleep and he can just be sleeping all summer. In fact, huh?
As Bulma goes like, we're doomed! Vegeta, where are you? Back in the battlefield, Future Mind is with Team Trunks and Team Goten, trying to see if she can get a response out of Gohan and Future Trunks, who's still unconscious on the ground. As Piccolo walks in and says,
They will be needing help soon.
and he looks at Team Trunks and Team Goten as letting them know to get ready because we are about to go back to battle. As Jacko comes in and says, don't worry, go ahead. Me and Future Mike got this too. We'll go ahead and give them shelter. And Jacko picks Gohan up as Future Mind picks Future Trunks up and run away. And as Piccolo thinks about a strategy, Team Trunks and Team Goten says, hey, 30 minutes has passed. We can fuse again. And Piccolo says,
No, don't do that. This is not about power. We must fight another fight. We cannot give them what he wants.
as now Android 17 and Android 18 are getting up, Android 17 says, he's a monster. There's no way we can beat him. And Piccolo says,
Maybe there is.
as he stands behind Android 17 and 18 along with Team Goten and Team Trunks as the rest of the Sea Warriors started to arrive one by one along with the whole Galactic Patrol and all armed forces of planet Earth. As Lord Moro smiles and says,
What is this? A snack? I'm telling you, I love this planet.
and as the Sea Fighters are looking at Moro getting ready to make their attack, Piccolo says,
Do not use any energy attack. Concentrate on using your pure skills and technique. And one more thing, fight with your heart.
as now all the Sea Warriors says, right, and you can notice the Master Roshi bring his big body out and Tenshinhan bring his special technique of the clones, along with Jonsha bringing his wolf aura, along with Team Golden and Team Trunks becoming Super Saiyan 3, and Android 17, 18 and Krillin bringing the white bright aura. Back to the Supreme Kai and Lord Beerus. They are in space with Champa in Bado's Angel Mobile as they are trying to summon the Super Dragon. Peace and carrots! Now Lord Beerus says,
Well, that's a hell of an entrance. Alright, Battles, be ready. We have no much time to waste. I'm ready for my wish. I wish to restore all the magic and godly powers on the great Lord of Lords.
"Whoa! As you wish, Lord Beerus. Unikutunuku, unukatanamaka, enikatunukutu, unukutinumukutu." Back in planet Earth, the Sea Warriors are getting punished by Lord Moro, and Tenshinhan goes like, "Hey guys, I'm honored for sharing most of my life, competing and growing strong along all of you, but I really think this is our last battle." As all the Sea Warriors look at each other, and Jacko out of the southern says, "Hey guys, something's going on. Something has changed on the atmosphere. My eyes and my senses does not lie to me." As Moro stops attacking and he looks up into the sky and says,
What's going on? Something is different. Can't be.
back at Kami's lookout, Mr. Satan starts going crazy as he goes like,
Hey! Something's going on! Something's happening to Boo!
as we notice it's Majin Buu getting up from bed as Mr. Satan goes like,
Boo! Hey, Paul! How you doing? You got me scared out there!
as Majin Buu replies with a very different face, "Get off my way, human," and continue by saying, "Kai Kai," and he instant teleport out of there. As now Mr. Satan goes crazy and he goes like,
What's going on with my Boo? Boo would never talk to me like that! Hey, you Galactic Patrol Soldier! What did you guys do to my Majin Buu? Oh no, he's not ready! He's gonna get hurt again! I gotta go save him!
as Videl comes in and says, "Calm down, father, I'll take you. I can pilot a plane, so don't worry, I'll take you right away." And Mr. Satan goes like,
Thank you, daughter! Thank you so much!
back in the battlefield, Moro's still looking around, searching as he knows something has changed. But out of the sudden, the great Lord of Lords arrives in the battlefield. Now Moro is not too happy at all, and he says,
You again? What did you want now? You can't do nothing about this. You don't even have godly powers anymore.
as the great Lord of Lords replied by saying, "I wouldn't be so sure about that." As the great Lord of Lords makes a move and says, "Great Kaioshin Impact!" as a huge ki blast hit Lord Moro, unlike anything we've seen before, as the great Lord of Lords continue by saying, "There is no more time to waste. You will hurt no one else," as he gets ready to discharge his sealing technique. Kai Kai Matarui! As we see a divine force going towards Moro, trying to surround him to seal him away. And as Lord Moro is being surrounded by this great force, the great Lord of Lords is getting ready to finish his technique and seal Moro away. But suddenly he noticed that something is wrong as he's looking at Moro, and Moro starts smiling. As the great Lord of Lords goes like, "What's going on? Why can't I look into him? In order to seal him away, I must look into him first." As Moro starts laughing out loud as he goes like,
You definitely the god of kindness and goodness. Do you really think, after millions of years of planning, that I was gonna just let you seal me away again? You fool!
As now the great Lord of Lords powers down and stop his sealing technique that he was gonna attack Moro with, as he goes like, no point in doing the technique and lose half of my powers again if it's not going to work, as Lord Moro smiles at him. But suddenly, as no one is expecting, Angel Mirrors and Angel Whis arrive to the battlefield. So Lord Moro goes like,
what are you doing here? You cannot do anything. You should only listen to me. But here you are, trying to be on my way. Do something and break the angel code, and you'll see how you will be eliminated.
shut up, you sick monster. I'd rather be erased from existence than feeling responsible for someone like you.
Your job is not to feel responsible for my actions. Although your training did very well for me to achieve everything I have done.
You bastard! Mirrors, come down. You must not get involved. But how, brother? How not do anything? How can you remain neutral in such a situation? Don't you feel responsible? And where is Goku? Why did he stop him?
Shut up, Mirrors. How dare you send a mortal to finish me? That naive poor boy didn't stand a chance with that unfinished ability that you showed him.
Did you kill him?
No, I'm saving him for later. He is trapped in another dimension.
That's it, brother. Goku is on another dimension. Let's bring him back. Whoa, Mirrors, let that one away from here. He will not understand that mighty power will make no difference. In fact, mighty power will help Moro, so you don't want that one here. Plus, it's not like I could bring some Goku without having my God of Destruction ask me for it. We angels must stay neutral. You must remember that, Mirrors. Don't worry, I will teach you. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So now the great Lord of Lords look at Lord Moro and says, you heard him. Nobody is gonna get in between. It's nothing but you and me. As Lord Moro laughs and smiles at the great Lord of Lords.
I guess nobody wants you to win this fight.
As the great Lord of Lords smiles back at him. As the great Lord of Lords tells Moro, I remember our great last battle. You know, when I sealed you away, I always thought and hoped that you would be able to come back so we could be again a trinity of deities ruling in this multiverse. But now I learn after millions of years that that will never be possible as you live up to your great name, you God of the evil, you great Lord Moro. But that mistake I won't make again, as now I understand that in order to take out evil, I must take out kindness and goodness as well.
What do you mean by that, good God of goodness and kindness, great Lord of Lords?
I mean that this couple will die.
What?
And now the great Lord of Lords is preparing an attack to take himself out along with Lord Moro. As now Angel Mirrors goes like, oh no, Whis, bro, we gotta help them. We cannot allow the great Lord of Lords dying. And Whis responds by, whoa, but it's the best plan. If the great Lord of Lords dies, Lord Moro dies along with him. No, Whis, I'm not gonna let this happen. You run. Hey, you do not make another step, Mirrors. You must stop. You know, I'm gonna tell you this, little brother. Sometimes for us angels, in this reality of the humans, it will take a whole angel life in order to witness one mortal amazing thing. I tell you this, I just learned this not too long ago. But if you wait, you will be amazed and impressed of what these mortals can achieve. So please, let's just be angels for once and observe. And now as the great Lord of Lords is getting ready to take his own life, Lord Moro says,
I'm not going to allow you to do this to me.
as he shoots a laser beam to the great Lord of Lords to stop him from committing suicide. But suddenly, out of nowhere,
No! Majin Buu!
as Mr. Satan gets in the battlefield as he tries to save Majin Buu and gets in between the great Lord of Lords and Moro, as he's the one that receives the laser beam on his chest. As the great Lord of Lords see this mortal fall on his arm, as this mortal says, I love you, Boo. And Mr. Satan dies. And now Videl goes like, Father! As Teen Trunks and Teen Goten goes like, oh, Mr. Satan! As the armed forces of planet Earth goes like, no, Mr. Satan, this is not happening. Everybody, fire at will! As the Galactic Patrol goes like,
Give the Earthling all the support they need! Sir, yes, sir!
and as Piccolo is trying to calm Videl down, Gohan and future Trunks starts to get up. As Angel Mirrors look at Whis and says, brother, this is a disaster. And Angel Whis tells him, no, you better look closely. It's almost time. I tell you this, have you ever witnessed the great power of Majin Buu? As Mirrors says, Majin Buu? Of course, he defeated the great Lord of Lords millions of years ago. What does that have to do with anything? Well, there was a wish made earlier in which it was consist of returning all magic powers and godly powers to the great Lord of Lords. But the great Lord of Lords conscious lives in Majin Buu. So now Majin Buu has his magic powers and divine powers as well. So in other words, you telling me that this is not the great Lord of Lords? Now it's Majin Buu that's about to fight? Oh yes, little brother, and he is not happy. We should step back. This is a real fight in between two demons. And now Moro look at Majin Buu and tells him,
What is this? This is not the same sense of the great Lord of Lords.
How dare you kill Mr. Satan? I will not forgive you. Bow!
Oh really? What are you gonna do to me? What you gonna do? Blast me with more power?
Whoa, blast you? No, I got some better in mind. Boo is gonna eat you.
as Moro goes like, Nani? As Boo goes like,
Turn into chocolate.
as Lord Moro very quickly managed to grab a couple of rocks on the battlefield to put them as a shield so he don't get turned into chocolate, and you see all these pieces of rock getting turned into chocolate as he used them as shield to protect himself from Majin Buu's attack. And now Majin Buu continues to attack his technique of turn into chocolate, as now he charges Moro at will with his fighting ability, as now you can see Moro dodging laser beam and Majin Buu's attack at the same time. As Lord Moro gets aggravated and goes like enough, and he shoots an energy blast to Majin Buu, and Majin Buu swallows the energy blast and goes like BOOM! As Moro goes like what the, and Majin Buu comes to slice Moro in half, as Moro notices and ends up cutting Majin Buu's hands and feet off of his body. As Majin Buu reproduces himself by coming out with a whole new set of legs and arms, as Moro goes like
Impossible!
As Majin Buu kicks Lord Moro in the face, and as he's coming towards Moro, Moro sends an attack, but suddenly the legs and the hands from Majin Buu that was still on the ground from earlier tries to absorb Lord Moro. As Lord Moro is now obligated to stop his attack on Majin Buu and start attacking these little Majin Buu pieces of bodies that are all around the battlefield. As Majin Buu gets to find another opening on Lord Moro and gets to hit him clean, sending Lord Moro to the ground. As Moro now gets up from the gravel, he's looking super aggravated and mad as he looks at Majin Buu and says,
"If I can beat you with my magic, then I will just simply overpower you."
As now Moro starts unleashing even more power. And Majin Buu goes like,
Whoa! That is a lot of power! Whoa!
And Mirus goes like, oh no brother, we must do something. He's gonna destroy the whole universe as we know it. Ain't this your universe, brother? Don't you care? Ain't you gonna do something? And as the fight continues in between Moro and Majin Buu's coming flying at a full speed, and as he's coming closer, Android 17 and 18 joins Majin Buu to counter-attack the powerful Lord Moro. And as they try to slow Moro down, Future Trunks is telling Future Mai that he will not allow this timeline to get destroyed as well, that he must intervene. And as Gohan is trying to calm Videl down, Team Trunks and Team Goten comes and tells her, don't you worry, don't feel bad, we can always use the Dragon Balls from Earth to bring Mr. Satan back to life. As Videl responds by saying, right. And as Lord Moro punches Majin Buu and kick Android 17 and Android 18 in the face, Future Trunks comes with his sword and gets to slice one of Lord Moro's horns. And now Lord Moro goes insane and furious as he grabbed Future Trunks by the neck
and says to him, "You insolent little brat, you will pay for that with your life."
And as he is choking Future Trunks, suddenly
「ああ、もちろんだぞ。またな、全長。」